The world is changing faster than at any other point in history. Artificial intelligence is not coming, it's already here. It's writing code, designing strategies, diagnosing diseases, predicting markets, and yes, even replacing jobs. Some people look at this with fear. They see AI as a threat, as the beginning of the end. But I want you to see it for what it truly is. A tool, a partner, a force that can either leave you behind or elevate you to heights you never thought possible. Every great shift in history, the printing press, electricity, the internet, has produced two types of people, those who resist and those who adapt. The ones who resist always say, it's too complicated, it's too disruptive, I'll just keep doing what I've always done. But history shows us that resistance is the quickest road to irrelevance. The ones who adapt, however, they learn, they experiment, they pivot, and they thrive. Here's the truth: AI will not replace you, but someone using AI will. And that is why adaptation is no longer optional. It is survival, it is progress, it is destiny. So how do you adapt? You stay curious, you commit to being a lifelong learner, you stop saying, I don't know how, and you start saying, teach me. You don't need to become a data scientist. You just need to understand enough to use the tools. Learn how AI can boost your creativity, multiply your productivity, and free your time to focus on what humans do best: vision, empathy, leadership, and innovation. Think of AI as your rocket ship. On its own, it's just raw power, but with you as the pilot, it can take you beyond the stratosphere. But here's the key: you must decide to get on board, because the ship is leaving, whether you're ready or not. Don't wait until AI is everywhere and you're scrambling to catch up. Don't wait until your job is replaced or your industry transformed. The best time to adapt was yesterday. The second best time is right now. So I challenge you, start small, but start today. Learn one AI tool, automate one task, let curiosity guide you instead of fear holding you back, because those who adapt will not just survive this revolution, they will define it. The future is not waiting. Adapt to AI now, before it's too late. The very first step in adapting to AI is not technical, it's psychological. It begins with the mindset you choose. Most people hear the words artificial intelligence and immediately feel fear. Fear of losing jobs, fear of being replaced, fear of a world they no longer understand. And let me tell you, fear is the number one barrier standing between you and the opportunities AI can bring. Why? Because fear paralyzes. When you are afraid, you resist change. You avoid learning. You put your head in the sand and hope the wave passes you by. But this wave is not going to pass. It's only going to grow. And those who remain frozen in fear will be swept away by it. But here's the good news. Fear is not the only option. You have a choice. You can choose curiosity instead. Curiosity is the spark that turns the unknown into the exciting. Instead of saying, what if AI takes my job? You can ask, how can I use AI to enhance my work? Instead of fearing, AI is too complicated for me, you can wonder, what simple way can I start experimenting today? History has proven this truth again and again. When electricity was invented, many people feared it. They thought it was dangerous, mysterious, uncontrollable. But those who grew curious about its potential built industries, businesses, and lifestyles we still benefit from today. The same thing happened with the internet. Some people laughed at it, resisted it, or said it was just a passing fad. But those who got curious, explored, and adapted became the pioneers of a new digital age. Fear shuts doors, but curiosity opens them. Fear says, stay where you are. Curiosity says, let's see where this can take us. Here's the secret. You don't need to know everything about AI to start. You don't need to become an expert overnight. You just need to ask better questions. When you see AI, don't ask, how will this hurt me? Ask, how can this help me? When you approach it with curiosity, AI stops being a threat and starts becoming a partner. Think of AI as a new language. At first, it feels strange and unfamiliar. But once you get curious and start practicing, it becomes natural. And the earlier you start learning, the easier it will be to stay ahead. So I challenge you, shift your mindset today. Let go of fear. Fear belongs to the past, but curiosity belongs to the future. If you meet AI with fear, you will shrink. But if you meet it with curiosity, you will grow. Because in the end, the people who thrive in the AI revolution won't be the ones who know the most. They'll be the ones who are most curious. If there's one truth about the world we are entering, it's this: the age of learn once, work forever is over. For decades, people believed that once they got a degree or mastered a skill, they were set for life. But in the AI-driven world, knowledge has an expiration date. The skills that made you valuable yesterday may not guarantee your relevance tomorrow. That's why the second key to adapting to AI before it's too late is this: become a lifelong learner. Think about it. AI itself is learning every single day. It evolves, improves, and grows smarter by the hour. If the very tool that is reshaping industries is constantly learning, then the people who want to thrive alongside it must do the same. The truth is simple. In the future, the learners will inherit the opportunities, while the complacent will inherit regret. Being a lifelong learner doesn't mean enrolling in endless university courses or chasing degree after degree. It means developing the habit of growth, the willingness to stay curious, and the humility to admit, I don't know everything yet, but I'm willing to learn. Every skill you add, every new tool you explore, every time you stretch your mind, you increase your adaptability, and adaptability is survival. Imagine two people working in the same field. One says, I already know enough. I don't need to learn AI. The other says, I may not know much, but I'm open to discovering how AI can help me. Which one do you think will be relevant 5 years from now? The answer is obvious: the learner. The beauty of this era is that learning has never been easier. You don't need to wait for formal education. YouTube, online courses, free tutorials, communities, and AI itself can be your teachers. The resources are everywhere. The only question is, are you willing to make learning a daily practice? And let me emphasize this: lifelong learning is not just about technology. Yes, you should learn how to use AI tools, but also invest in learning timeless human skills: creativity, emotional intelligence, storytelling, leadership. Because the future belongs to those who can combine the power of machines with the depth of humanity. AI can analyze, but you can empathize. AI can calculate, but you can dream. AI can process, but you can inspire. When you commit to learning both technology and humanity, you make yourself unstoppable. So, ask yourself, when was the last time I learned something new? When was the last time I challenged myself to grow? If your answer is, it's been a while, then today is the day to restart. Don't wait until the world forces you to adapt. Choose to adapt now. Becoming a lifelong learner doesn't just prepare you for AI, it prepares you for life. Because the people who never stop learning will never stop growing. And in a world where everything is changing, growth is the only true security. Whenever a powerful new technology enters the world, people react in two ways. They either see it as a threat, or they see it as an opportunity. With AI, many people are choosing the first path. They say things like, AI is going to replace me, AI is going to take over my industry, AI is going to make people useless. But let me challenge that thinking. AI is not your enemy. It's your partner, and the sooner you see it this way, the sooner you unlock its true power. Think of AI like a hammer. A hammer on its own cannot build a house, but in the hands of a skilled builder, it can create a masterpiece. AI is no different. On its own, it's just a tool, but in your hands, with your creativity, your vision, your humanity, it becomes a force multiplier. Instead of taking away your value, it can amplify it. The key is to understand what AI is good at and what you are good at. AI is brilliant at processing data, automating repetitive tasks, generating drafts, spotting patterns, and speeding up execution. But what it cannot do, what only you can do, is dream, innovate, empathize, lead, and inspire. Machines can calculate, but only humans can care. Machines can predict, but only humans can create meaning. When you begin to treat AI as your partner, you stop asking, will it replace me? and start asking, how can it support me? Instead of resisting it, you learn to collaborate with it. Imagine this: you could spend hours writing a report, or you could let AI draft it in minutes and then use your unique insight to refine it. You could spend days researching, or you could let AI gather the information while you spend your energy analyzing and applying it in ways no machine could ever do. Partnership with AI frees you from the mundane so you can focus on the meaningful. It doesn't strip away your creativity, it multiplies it. It doesn't erase your role, it elevates it, but only if you embrace it. Remember this: the people who try to compete against AI will lose, because no human can outwork a machine. But the people who learn to work with AI will win, because no machine can outthink a human armed with vision, wisdom, and purpose. So don't resist the partnership. Imagine AI sitting beside you, not as a rival, but as your assistant, your teammate, your accelerator. When you start treating AI this way, you'll discover that the question was never, will AI replace me? The real question is, how far can AI take me when we work together? The future doesn't belong to machines. It belongs to the humans who know how to partner with them. One of the greatest gifts of artificial intelligence is not just what it can do, it's what it can free you to do. For generations, human potential has been trapped under the weight of repetitive, time-consuming tasks. Hours spent on paperwork, days wasted on data entry, weeks consumed by tasks that drain energy but add little value. But now, with AI, that reality is changing. AI is not here to simply replace effort. It is here to multiply productivity. Think about this: what once took you 10 hours can now take you 1. What once required a team can now be handled by a single individual with the right tools. That is not science fiction. That is the reality unfolding right now. But here's the catch: productivity is not just about doing more, it's about doing what truly matters. When AI handles the repetitive, the routine, the mechanical, you are freed to focus on the creative, the strategic, the human. You gain back time to innovate, to lead, to dream bigger than you ever could when buried under endless busywork. Consider how a writer can now generate ideas in seconds, then spend their energy crafting a masterpiece. A business leader can analyze data instantly and then devote their mind to vision and strategy. A teacher can automate grading and spend more time mentoring and inspiring students. This is the magic of AI productivity. It gives you back your most valuable resource, time. But here's the important truth: AI only multiplies the productivity of those who choose to use it. If you ignore it, your productivity stays the same while others leap ahead. Imagine two professionals. One sticks to old methods, grinding through every repetitive task manually. The other leverages AI to accelerate, automate, and streamline. Who will advance faster? Who will have more energy, more results, and more impact? The answer is undeniable. This is why embracing AI is not just about working faster, it's about working smarter. Productivity is not measured by how many hours you spend at a desk. It's measured by how much progress you create with the hours you have. And AI is the ultimate progress multiplier. Here's the mindset shift. Don't ask, how can I do more with more time? Ask, how can I achieve more with less time? Because the real winners in the AI era will not be those who work harder. They will be those who work smarter, faster, and sharper. AI is not here to make you lazy. It's here to make you limitless, but only if you choose to leverage it. Use it to automate the small so you can focus on the great. Use it to remove the noise so you can amplify the signal. Use it to do what no machine can do: dream, imagine, and create impact. So ask yourself, what could you achieve if AI multiplied your productivity tenfold? What projects could you finally launch? What dreams could you finally pursue? The tools are already in your hands. The question is, will you use them? Every great revolution in history has had a tipping point, the moment when it stopped being optional and became unavoidable. The Industrial Revolution didn't wait for everyone to understand factories. The internet didn't pause until every business caught up. And this AI revolution, it will not wait for you either. The fifth and final key to adapting to AI is urgency. You must act now. before it's too late. Let me be blunt. Delay is the enemy of progress. Every day you postpone learning, experimenting, and adapting with AI, someone else is moving ahead. And by the time you finally decide to start, they will already be miles in front of you. In the age of AI, the gap between early adopters and latecomers will not just be wide, it will be unbridgeable. Think about the businesses that resisted the internet. Blockbuster laughed at streaming. Kodak ignored digital photography. Taxi companies mocked ride-sharing apps. Where are they now? Left behind while others define the future. The lesson is clear. Hesitation costs everything, but urgency is not about panic, it's about choice. It's about recognizing that the world has already changed, and you have the power to either lead or be left behind. Right now, AI is like a rocket ship at the launch pad. The engines are roaring, the countdown has begun. The question is, will you be on board, or will you be watching from the ground, wishing you had acted sooner? The beauty of this moment is that you don't need to know everything to start. You don't need to be perfect. You don't need to have all the answers. You just need to take the first step today. Try one AI tool, automate one small task. Use it to brainstorm, to learn, to experiment. Because once you take that first step, momentum builds. Action fuels confidence, and confidence fuels mastery. But if you keep waiting for the right time, let me warn you, there will never be a perfect time. Life doesn't slow down for your comfort zone. The world won't pause until you feel ready. Readiness is not something you wait for. It's something you create through action. The truth is this: the people who win in the AI revolution won't be the smartest, or the richest, or even the most talented. They will be the fastest, the ones who saw the shift, moved quickly, and adapted without hesitation. So don't waste another day standing still. Don't let fear, doubt, or procrastination rob you of the future that could be yours. The time for wondering is over. The time for action is now. Because the future will not wait for your permission. It's already happening. The only question left is this: will you step into it now, or will you watch it pass you by?